Archuleta here. Gladys Cooper.
Here.
Lauren Daly is absent. Joe De Silva.
Present. Hello.
Catherine Hodgson.
Here.
Rich Janelli.
Here.
Kathy Molinaro.
Here.
Al Russo is
He's absent.
absent. Amy Spolino.
Here. At the point on our agenda, we'll turn it over to the superintendent to do the recognition.
Thank you, Ms. Cooper. So this evening, I am excited to introduce Mr. Savorsky from the high school. He's our robotics team coach. We have Team Robotics here this evening. They have been engaged in some serious competitions around the region in Connecticut. We've had some opportunities to release a press release on some of their advancements in the region. And we wanted to personally invite them in this evening to welcome Team Robotics, Mr. Savorsky, and just kind of celebrate the team and the amazing things they've been doing. So if they can come up to the microphone and Mr. Savorsky can kind of walk us through some of the exciting things that are going on at the high school.
Thank you, Thank you. It's loud. Thank you, Superintendent Walston, for inviting the team in to be recognized. We love that kind of thing. This is Team 5150. We are from Danbury High School, and this is the 11th year that we have been around. Last year was a non-year. As we know, we tried to do a couple things, and it did not work out. And I was a little wary of reconstituting, hoping we can get back to where we were, and boom, all of a sudden, there's all these children here, ready to go, and really chomping at the bit to get back into it. And so I said, we're gonna be recognized, can you show up on, I know it's close to Thanksgiving, and they're like, yeah, we'll be there. I said, okay, so here is what we have. We have a little demonstration. The name of the game is Tipping Point. We have these weighted goals that we're supposed to put up on these movable platforms. This is like a teeter-totter, and you can drive them up or you can place them over. So we have 4 teams. We have 5150D, 5150E, 5150J, and H. And these are our 4 drivers. This is Josh, Cam, Jerry, and Sharva. They are they drive the horse, so they have a very important job. And they're going to demonstrate for you a couple things over here. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our team members because of the whole, can't have everyone in here at one time. We're going to bring in the teams one at a time. Can I have the J team, please? Okay, this is our J team. They've been around for about 5 years. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have 9 total. And they are working with this robot called what is it, Henry? Jodbot. Okay, I don't know. Cameron, please take it away. Okay, and these robots this is part of the VEX robotics system. And this is completely, of course, wireless, and the regular matches are 100 and, oh, gosh, I get out of that. 1 minute 45 seconds, plus a 15-minute autonomous part, and Cam will do the driving for us as soon as.
Of course, it never works when I have cameras on.
Of course, it never works. Okay. Guys, can you turn all the other robots on? They're in competition mode. They're worried to run out of battery power.
Sorry, been a while.
It's been since Saturday.
Okay, listen. Nothing with the robot works properly. We've been working on it.
Okay.
So basically, the main thing that we do right now is grab a hold of these guys
And move them around.
Yeah, and also with these rings, we're able to innovate it.
Oh, it's up.
They drive around, but then it can actually go up.
Okay. Very good. Okay, that's a J-bot. Oh, and it almost got it on there. Okay, so we're working on this. It's we're working on it. Okay, very good. Okay, drive that off. Okay, J-bot. H-team, we'll get H-team in here. H-team, please. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 veterans from the 2019-2020 team. Everyone else is new to this whole situation. Jerry is a veteran. He's going to drive for you right now. Go ahead, Jerry. And again, one of the objects is when they are up on the platform, they're called elevated and balanced, because if you don't have them balanced, they are weighted, and they can fall off, and then you, of course, don't get any points for that. Good. And HBOT is already qualified for the Southern New England Regionals in March in Massachusetts. Ebot, people, come on in. Come on in, E-team. Spread up. Spread up. There you go. Okay, this is E-team. They are brand new. They never even knew how to robot before they got here in September. And so they are brand new to this whole thing. They have done amazing over the past couple of weeks. Where's Josh? Josh the senior. He is a first-time robot person. He is our driver. You can bring it over and do a little something. And it might be a little out of adjustment. We did just come off of a competition on Saturday. And I had conferences, so we couldn't have our regular practice. So. Okay, do a wheel. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Okay, out. D-team, come on in. All right, this is our D team. D team is our first robotics team that we ever had in 2010, and they have a legacy of being to Worlds 7 times. And this is our heaviest veteran-oriented team. Every team has to do what's called an engineering notebook. Can we hold that up? And that engineering notebook won Best Engineering Notebook the first 3 times out. So we carry that around in a briefcase with attached to handcuffs because that is one heck of a notebook. Sharva, who was a legacy, his older brother was on this team not many years ago, 5 years ago. So Sharva's a legacy, he's our driver, go ahead. You've got to turn the air on. This does have a pneumatic system that they have to pump up with a pump every time they start a match. You can hear the sound that it makes when it releases the air. Okay. Currently we have 35 students. We always want that to go up, so we'll see what happens next year, but we do thank you for inviting us today. And,
Mrs. Cooper, may I ask a question?
Oh, sure.
Mr. Savoyski,
Yes.
First of all, I just want to congratulate the group on the amazing work. I've been stepping down into Mr. Savoyski's room on and off for a period of years now to try to poke in to see what he's working on. And I just want to commend you for just the creative energy. Your room is like no other in the building. and in terms of the engineering and the thinking and the creativity and the trial and error that goes on. Eric's program here is so key it's one of the reasons why when we see kids learning with hands-on, project-based, inquiry building, trial and error, the levels of engagement just soar. And it's really a great example of what we want to do with the academies and build that out. Robotics, engineering is going to be a huge component. STEM, as you know, is a growing field. And this is a classic example of just the teamwork, the dedication, and the interest that is generated by work like this. So I just want to say thank you very much. Can you just talk very briefly, like 1 minute, about the skills that the students learn in order to be able to get to this point?
The skills that they have to develop, shyness goes right out the window. They have to learn how to network and talk to students. They have to go up to complete strangers they've never met before and understand exactly what the robot can do and can't do, strengths and weaknesses, and to be able to talk frankly to a bunch of students they've never met before, and because they may be on an alliance, they may be against someone else, so they have to be able to talk. The judges that we have here interview all of the teams, and they have to be able to talk coherently, not like students. They have to talk like adults. They have to really know their stuff, and they have to talk with the robotic jargon. They have to talk about autonomous and all of the different things that it can do. And the judges are looking for this. They grade them and they rate them on their ability to talk and to distinguish what's going on. The fabrication skills, they are all using tools. They're using the saws, they're using the Dremels, they are using all sorts of machines to build these things. Under grueling time frames, we have just come off 4 in a row, 4 Saturdays in a row, and they had to get these things ready. And I would say, is it ready to go on Saturday? Don't worry about it, Swisky, we got it. Okay, so confidence, they have tremendous confidence, sometimes too much confidence in themselves. And just the ability to work as a team, to work as part of a group. I mean, the small group instruction that we keep pushing down here in CTE, they absolutely live it because they're part of, the small groups, and they each have their roles. Again, I don't really define it; they define it themselves. Because I'm usually the MC. I'm always I've been the MC since 2012, and so I'm not with them. They either do it or it doesn't get done, and they take care of everything on their own. I'm so proud to be able to be part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Savorsky. Thank you.
Kate, you want to read the public participation and the script following that? And then after that, see, do we have any comments? No comments? Then we'll move right on to the agenda, okay?
The board welcomes public participation and asks that comments be limited to 3 minutes. The public may offer objective comments of school operations and programs that concern them. The board will not permit any expression of personal complaints or defamatory comments about Board of Education personnel and students, nor against any person connected with the Danbury Public School System. Danbury residents are also invited to send brief comments and questions via email in advance to dps_public_boe@danbury.k12.ct.us.
Thank you. I need a motion to accept the consent calendar.
So moved.
Motion moved by Joe,
I'll second.
seconded by Kate. Any question concerning the consent calendar? Seeing none, do the roll call, Kate.
Kate Canetta, aye. Gladys Cooper.
Yes.
Joe Da Silva.
Aye.
Catherine Hodgson.
Aye.
Rich Janelli.
Aye.
Kathy Molinaro.
Aye.
Amy Spallino.
Aye.
Okay, motion so carried, thank you. Educational staff representative? No? No? Okay. Student rep?
Here.
Yes, okay.
Oh, wait, sorry. Good evening, Board of Ed members, cabinet and community members. Thank you for allowing me to represent and speak on behalf of the Alternative Center for Excellence. ACE would like to publicly thank the community members, civil workers, cabinet, and the Board of Ed for your continued support of our program. We have been supported by our Danbury community since Joe Pepin opened our doors in 1977. Today, to give back and say thanks, the ACE staff and students hosted a Thanksgiving dinner for the community. It was a wonderful day that saw 33 students stay after school and volunteer at the event. We would like to publicly thank the following for making today possible. Thanks to Danbury Public Schools for our 20 by 70 tent. Thanks to Durant's Tent Company. Thanks to the Abbott Tech Culinary Program, Chef Longboat and Principal Kevin Durkin for another great ACE Abbott Tech collaboration. Thanks to Stu Lennox for the 20 turkeys donated to feed our guests. Thanks to Pepper Pumping for 4th of John. Thanks to Pippa's and Edison Kitchen for the hot boxes for the food. And lastly, thanks to Lewis Nigen for the outdoor heaters and propane. ACE students participated in the annual coat and backpack drive to provide those in need. A special thanks to the DHS Key Club for donating 160 pairs of winter socks to the cause. Tomorrow, students will load up to the ACE van for deliveries to the Danbury Homeless Shelter and the Women's Center. We have a plan in place to bring the food back next year and return to the corner of Main Street and Elm Street for our event. Thank you for allowing me to share what's going on with our ACE family down on 26 Locust Avenue. Stay safe, everyone. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and remain ACE strong.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Action item A. Okay,
I'll make a motion that the Board of Education approve the October 2021 financial report in accordance with Exhibit 21-129.
Second.
motion made by Kate, seconded by Joe. Any question concerning the financial report? Action item A. John? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Seeing none, the motion was made by Kate, seconded by Joe. Kate, do the roll call, please.
Kate Canetta, aye. Gladys Cooper.
Yes?
Joe De Silva.
Aye.
Catherine Hodgson.
Aye.
Rich Janelli.
No.
Kathy Molinaro.
Aye.
Amy Spallino.
Aye.
Okay, motion so carried. I need a motion to table action item B.
So moved.
Motion made by
Second.
Kathy, seconded by Joe. All in favor? Kate, do the roll call, please.
Kate Canetta, aye. Gladys Cooper.
Yes?
Joe De Silva.
Aye.
Catherine Hodgson.
Abstain.
Rich Janelli.
Aye.
Kathy Molinaro.
Aye.
Amy Spallino.
Aye.
All right, motion so carried. Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Cooper. So, a few updates for the board and for the community. One, just a reminder for the community, my office is beginning to get questions about open choice and what that might mean for us in the 22-23 school year. We are beginning to get a little bit more information here in Danbury, and I wanted to update the board and also update the community. There are still questions out there regarding who our potential partners might be. CES has been deemed one of our partners and kind of liaisons in this work. CES is a RESC that helps to serve the Danbury area. Typically, it's Ed Advance. That's almost the closest RESC, but CES has been partnered with Danbury Public Schools in this effort. They've informed us and requested that families, if they have an interest, any inquiries, any questions they might have about open choice, that they reach out directly to them. They stated to me 2 weeks ago that it's actually helpful in their effort to try to drive up interest with other school districts. And so we actually have a space on our website now for families that have questions about open choice. Mr. Lyquist, I believe his name, Nyquist is his name from CES. He's a point person for open choice. Again, so it opens up in the 22-23 school year. We're not sure, we're unclear right now how many seats will be available. We're also unclear what district partner we will have. These are some things the state is still working on. They have tried to incentivize this program for other school districts to participate in, but right now we don't have the partners that we need to make this work. They will continue working on this effort. So again, the information can be found on our landing page on the district website regarding open choice. The gentleman's name is Eric Nyquist from CES. His email information is also on the website for families that might be interested. As I continue to get more information, I will provide an update for the board and community as well. So I just wanted to start there with an update regarding open choice. I'm sure there'll be more and more questions as this school year comes to a close. I'll be happy to provide updates as I have more information. Secondly, West Side Lottery update. And so our lottery ended on November 15th. We had 627 applicants for STEM this year and 444 applicants in global studies. We will begin to send out letters to families, making them aware of the families who want a seat at the lottery. Those letters will go out on December 10th, and then families will have a certain time to whether accept or deny. And then if families choose not to accept the seat, we will then go to the waiting list. Those questions can be also sent to my previous office, the Assistant Superintendent's office at the district.
Is that relatively normal in terms of the number of applicants for each of the programs in total?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. Yes, it is. It is. And we will have 125 new sixth graders in each academy. So it'll be 125 in STEM and 125 in global. Of the 600 plus applicants in STEM, this means then all of them are not necessarily sixth graders, and so they can apply from 6th, 7th, and 8th. But the majority of them are at the 6th grade level. So we will start there, fill those seats, and then the remaining students will be on a waiting list. The same is true for global studies as well.
Mr. Washington,
Yes.
if there's a waiting list, how do you know from that waiting list, have any of the students been contacted? And I guess if you start off with 50 students on a waiting list, and once the classes are all filled, how do you know that that number has gone down, or it's just going to increase for the next time? I'm sort of confused about that.
So, Ms. Cooper, what happens once the initial list is solidified? So we send out the letters on December 10th.
Right.
And then after those letters are sent out, a waiting list notifications also go out to families. So you actually receive a number, you know what number you are on the waiting list. And then as seats become available, we at my office, my old office, actually reaches out to the families to make them aware that a seat is available.
Okay.
And the lower your number, the greater opportunity you have to fill a seat. The higher your number, the risk increases. But typically we go into the double digits every year in both academies because some of our families and the students choose to stay at their home school, being Broadview or Rogers Park, but some of them do elect to take the seat. Our students will also apply to STEM and global, and once you accept the seat to one or the other, you have to come off of the other waiting list just by our own bylaws. And so that also increases the chances of other students on the waiting list. So being on a list does not mean you don't necessarily get into the school.
Right.
And with that number, if you're in the single digits or double digits, you begin, as you get closer in school, families start to call, and oftentimes they'll call Deb Stanton, and they'll say, I'm understanding whatever. And so if they're in the 20s, we may only be in the single digits, and my office will encourage families, I will get back to you soon, please feel free to reach back out to us, but we will not skip over anyone. If they don't reach out to us, we will reach out to them first.
Okay.
We will call them, we will email them, there are multiple touch points to try to, and make sure that the community, the families have been informed.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you so very much.
Sure. And so the next item on the superintendent's update is, and I want to thank Rachel Chalesky and Richard Janelli for participating in the assistant principal interviews. We conducted interviews, I guess it's been about a month now. We went through a three-stage process with 2 panels and then also meeting with the cabinet. We had 3 finalists, I believe, that met with the cabinet and I. And we're very proud to announce that Mr. Angelo Marrero landed as the finalist and recommended candidate for the assistant principal position right here at Danbury High School. He was also favored on both panels as well. And I'm very proud of, continue to be proud of the work that we're doing here in Danbury with preparing aspiring administrators here in district. We continue, I think it serves us well. I think it speaks well about Danbury community that our candidates continue to shine amongst all of the candidates when we hold these panels. So I'm really proud and happy for Angela, and saying he's also a graduate of Danbury High School, and so we're happy to keep him in the fold here as our new assistant principal at Danbury High School.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Kathy also attended
Oh,
the interview process. I was with her.
Thank you, Mr. Janelle. And thank you, Kathy Molinaro. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know, it's those stipends that are important.
And last but not least, our annual meeting is Wednesday, December 1st. That meeting will be at 63 Beaverbrook at 5:30. We are looking forward to reopening our doors for the board for that meeting, for our annual meeting. And the place is cleaned up for a year now. It's been a warehouse for laptops and computers. At district office, we are very happy that the space is cleaned up because, quite frankly, we're limited for space similar to our schools right now. And so we're happy that our doors will be reopened for the board as well. So we're looking forward to seeing everyone on December 1st back at Beaverbrook. And Ms. Cooper, I don't have this on the report, but I just want to serve it as a reminder. We do have a half day of school tomorrow. So our families who are watching, I know we sent out a robocall reminding families, but we just wanted to send that reminder out one more time for anyone who's watching. We do have a half a day in preparation for the holiday break. So happy Thanksgiving.
So moving on down the agenda, I don't have a report tonight. I just want to ask any of the board members, do they have any type of committee report or any message that they would like to bring forth at this time? Yes, Kate.
I just wanted to compliment the kids from ACE and the administration of ACE. We saw a lot of folks down there today, and it was a really great event. I'm so glad they could do it again. I know that's something that they really do to keep the community spirit up, and I'm sure they missed out on it last year, so I'm glad they're rekindling that.
Thank you, Kate. Seeing no other information, I hope, as chairperson of this board, that everyone will have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing most of you, or some of you, on December the 1st. Saying that, I would like to entertain a motion.
I'm sorry, can I say one more statement?
Yes.
I just wanted to thank Kathy Molinaro, Rich Gianelli, and Amy Spallino. I know that this is their last meeting as board members, which for some I'm sure is a nice moment. But I really appreciate the opportunity I've had to learn from each of you in different ways around different things. And the support that you've shown the community with your service is really amazing. So thank you.
Words well taken.
I think she was there.
Okay, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion moved by Joe, seconded by Kathy. Motion so. Thank you all. Have a safe holiday.
Thank you. That was a.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to go.
I wasn't gonna say
Thank you, Kate. A shout out. I just said.